CIA secret tech can track your heartbeat? The truth is insane. A story exploded across the internet with all the ingredients of a perfect mystery. A downed military aircraft. A wounded officer hiding in hostile mountains. A secret rescue. And a supposedly revolutionary device that could detect a human heartbeat from kilometers away. It sounded like the kind of technology that belongs in a thriller, not the real world. Yet headlines claimed that intelligence agencies had used a system called Ghost Murmur to find a hidden survivor by sensing the magnetic field produced by his heart. The claim spread fast. The science, however, tells a very different story. For survival-minded people, stories like this are worth examining carefully. History is full of inventions that sounded impossible before becoming reality. Radar once seemed magical. Satellites sounded absurd. Night vision felt like science fiction. At the same time, history is also packed with exaggerated claims, wartime rumors, and clever distractions designed to shape what people believe. The Ghost Murmur story sits directly between those two worlds. The foundation of the claim is actually real. The human heart does produce a magnetic field. Every heartbeat is driven by electrical activity moving through muscle tissue. Whenever electricity flows, a magnetic field forms around it. That means the heart creates a faint magnetic signature that can be measured under the right conditions. Scientists have known this for decades. Specialized instruments have detected the magnetic field of the heart since the 20th century. Hospitals and research laboratories can measure these signals for medical studies. So the idea that a heartbeat creates a magnetic field is not controversial. The controversy begins when distance enters the conversation. The magnetic field generated by the heart is incredibly weak. Earth itself produces a magnetic field millions of times stronger. Nearby vehicles, electrical equipment, power systems, and even ordinary movement create magnetic noise that overwhelms tiny biological signals. Detecting a heartbeat requires extremely sensitive instruments and carefully controlled conditions. Early researchers faced enormous challenges. Measurements had to be taken in quiet environments far from interfering sources. Even small vibrations could ruin results. Over time, scientists developed better magnetometers capable of detecting extraordinarily weak fields. Among the most famous were superconducting quantum interference devices, often called SQUIDs. These instruments achieved remarkable sensitivity, but they usually required specialized environments and significant shielding from outside interference. Then came another promising development. Researchers discovered that specially engineered synthetic diamonds could be used as quantum sensors. These diamonds contain tiny defects known as nitrogen vacancy centers. While the name sounds technical, the basic idea is surprisingly simple. The defects react to magnetic fields in measurable ways. By shining light into the diamond and analyzing how it responds, scientists can detect extremely small magnetic changes. It also explains why reports about Ghost Murmur captured so much attention. If synthetic diamonds can detect tiny magnetic fields, perhaps they could detect a heartbeat from extraordinary distances. That is where physics begins pushing back. Magnetic fields weaken rapidly as distance increases. This is not a small limitation. It is a brutal one. The signal strength drops dramatically as you move away from the source. A heartbeat measurable near the chest becomes vastly weaker only a short distance away. At 100 meters, the signal would already be extraordinarily tiny. Stretch that distance into kilometers and the challenge becomes staggering. Now add reality. A hidden survivor would not exist inside a perfectly controlled laboratory. Mountains contain animals. Vehicles move through the landscape. Wind affects equipment. Aircraft generate magnetic interference. Earth's own magnetic field remains present everywhere. Any sensor searching for a single heartbeat would need to separate that faint signal from an ocean of competing magnetic activity. Publicly known technology is nowhere near that capability. Experts who study quantum sensing have repeatedly pointed out the enormous gap between existing instruments and the performance required for long-distance heartbeat detection. The difference is not small. It spans many orders of magnitude. That raises an important question. If the science appears so doubtful, why did the story spread so widely? One possibility is simple excitement. Extraordinary technology attracts attention. Headlines about secret intelligence breakthroughs generate clicks and conversation. A dramatic rescue paired with futuristic science creates a narrative that people want to believe. Another possibility comes straight from history. Governments and military organizations have often used misleading explanations to conceal genuine capabilities. During major conflicts, misleading stories sometimes protected valuable technologies by directing attention elsewhere. The goal was not necessarily to convince everyone. It was simply to create uncertainty. For preparedness enthusiasts, that lesson matters. Information can be a tool. Sometimes the most important survival skill is not building a shelter or storing food. It is learning how to evaluate claims when facts are incomplete. Sensational stories often contain a small core of truth wrapped inside speculation and exaggeration. Ironically, the most realistic application for these advanced diamond sensors may be even more useful than the headline-grabbing heartbeat story. Researchers believe they could help create navigation systems that do not rely on satellite signals. By measuring subtle variations in Earth's magnetic field, future devices might determine location even when traditional positioning systems are unavailable, jammed, or compromised. For survival planning, that possibility deserves attention. Reliable navigation without satellites could be valuable during emergencies, natural disasters, or conflicts where communications infrastructure fails. Unlike the idea of tracking a heartbeat from kilometers away, this application aligns with known physics and ongoing research. So does Ghost Murmur exist exactly as described? No public evidence proves it. The underlying science behind quantum diamond magnetometers is real. The claim that they can locate a hidden person by sensing a heartbeat across vast distances remains extraordinarily difficult to accept. When the numbers are examined, the story starts falling apart. The real mystery is not whether hearts produce magnetic fields. They do. The mystery is why a tale that sounds impossible traveled. Sometimes the strangest signal is not coming from a hidden heartbeat. It is coming from the story itself.